can use two hands to flush a mink to a shotgun. The mink, released in the 1950s to our rivers and tributaries, cause and are the major damage to the wildlife along the riparian corridor. They are the main culprits for the decline of the water vole. They target bird life, small mammals and fish. There are 23 packs of mink hounds across the country. There are over 180 packs of foxhounds, 20 packs of harriers, 60 packs of beagles, and also 23 packs of mink hounds. There is no doubt that hunting has undergone a huge change since 2005, but what we see before us, ladies and gentlemen, is that the countryside is unified by hunting. It is the sole unifier of the countryside, and it preserves and protects the environment. We would like to say a massive debt of thanks to the masters, the committee chairman, and the hunt staff for preserving, protecting, and promoting a sport and a way of life that has been with us for 350 years and will remain with us for a further 350 years. Give them all a massive round of applause. They are the stars before you. Right, so before the falcons come on, we'll send the whips up to the top. We'll see the holler away, but we better get a move on because very shortly there are some falcons dropping out of the sky. And we wouldn't want to see that, really, would we? It would be chaos. Wonderful sport. The Curie, the Forborough, the Lamerton, the North Cornwall. Inter-hunt team relay coming up in a few moments' time. The Lamerton, the North Cornwall, the Tetcott, the Western, and the Devon and Cornwall mink hounds. It's not often that you see a parade as magnificent as this. Let's send them on their way. Holler right. Forward on. I think they might come down once more in front of the royal box, and then we'll look up to the skies. Ladies and gentlemen, I promise you that these men and women are preserving something that is inherent in our history and is magnificent for the countryside. Well done to our parade of hounds. After a wonderful day's sport, thank you very much to all our hunt staff and all our masters. And now they've got a separate them all? I'm sure that they will. Graham Liggins is looking very, very nervous. So are the Falcons, the ground crew. If I were you, boys and girls, I'd get out of here because up above, the Falcons are coming down. After a wonderful day's sport, let's blow for home.
Okay, thanks. I'm joined now by Richard Eade, who was once a fisherman and is now a master weaver. So, Richard, just tell us what you're making here.
This one is a little small one for ornament.
Right.
See that? Little baby one.
So these are lobster pots, are they?
These ones here are the real ones.
Right.
There's one there.
Yeah. And these are what they actually use?
These are.
Right.
If I get another one, this one has actually been in the sea.
Ah.
I've caught fish with that one.
Right.
There.
Wow. Wow. And how long have you been making these?
I was originally taught to make them in 1964, 51 years ago.
And how long does it take to make
Now,
a larger one like that?
the real ones, 6.5 hours.
Right.
And these small ones, between 3.5 and 4.
So you say
Probably
this is more,
nearer 4.
and this is more of a decorative one?
That's, see, it's impossible for you to get your hand in
Ah, right,
there.
okay.
It's just for decoration, although I have made two slightly different to this and much more difficult to make.
Yeah.
With half the amount of binding, the bars much closer together, more like that there,
Yep.
with at least half the amount of binding, as I said just now. Now, when you finished it,
Ladies
then
and gentlemen, you can imagine the hazards that are associated with freefall parachuting, but no much so than the hazards that have been left here on the ground. Now, I wonder how many are going to actually, shall you say, land in one of those hazards. Well, let's hope not. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to introduce you to some of the people that are actually on the ground. We've got a lot of extra people that are on the ground today, all doing very, very important jobs. But leading them today is Warrant Officer Paul Floyd. He's from Warrington in Cheshire. And he was with the team, which is way back in 1991 to 1993. And ladies and gentlemen, he's got more jumps than anybody else in the Royal Air Force. He is the most experienced parachutist we have in the Royal Air Force, and he's here today to actually run this drop zone and make sure it's all safe. Ladies and gentlemen, Warrant Officer Paul Floyd. Come on, Paul Floyd, come on. Absolutely wonderful to have him here. We've got Rob Hetherington from North Allington in Scarborough. Now, he's an engineer. He looks after our parachutes to make sure everything works okay. So you can imagine, who do we buy all the beer for every night? Because he's the one that makes sure that it all works okay. And we've got Corporal Richard Bremner from Wrexham and Doncaster. And he again is an engineer, looks after all of our parachutes. So both of them together, we really do get a lot of beer. We've got Corporal Paul Smith, he's from Bath. And Sergeant Scott Garrett, he's from Auckland in New Zealand. He's here on the drop zone. They actually are members of the team, but unfortunately, during training had suffered a small amount of, shall we say, problems with arms and legs, and they're just spending a little time recovering. So, Paul and Scott, put your hands up, come on. Right, ladies and gentlemen, what's going to happen? The Royal Air Force Falcons. Who are the Falcons? Why have we got the Falcons? We're in our 50th year. How have we possibly survived 50 years without cutbacks in the Royal Air Force? Very simple. This is a training exercise. All of these young parachute jump instructors that are jumping here today have been specially selected to go on to be advanced parachute instructors, to go on to train our very, very, very special forces. Jumping from 25,000 feet at night with full equipment, jumping up to 50 kilometers away from the target, tracking in at night and landing covertly. This is what these parachute jump instructors you're about to see today are training to be. They need at least 1,000 parachute descents before they even take the course. So the Royal Air Force Falcons, were dressed up in red, white and blue. Not only do we sell the Royal Air Force, but of course, very importantly, it is a training mechanism for these young parachute jump instructors to go on to be those advanced parachute instructors. Now, what's happening aboard the aircraft at the moment? What would you be doing if you're up there, the door was about to open, you're about to fling yourself out? I can see it on your face. That lady over there, you've just said it, haven't you? That's exactly what they are doing. No, really. What they've done since getting on board the aircraft at RAF Bryce Norton in Oxfordshire, they have been checking out their parachute equipment. They've been checking it to make sure that it's all going to work. Because a malfunctioning parachute is useless to everybody. So to make sure that this display all goes well, they will check out each other's equipment to make sure it's a good display. The pilot that's flying the aircraft is Nigel Jackson, and he was previously a British Airways A330 Airbus captain. But he's retired now, and he flies our Cessna Caravan. No, madam, it's not a Cessna towing a caravan. It's called a Cessna Caravan. Anyway, so they're up there, all checking out their parachute equipment to make sure it all works. Now I'm just going to go across to Paul, who's going to give me a little bit more information about the height that they're going to jump from. So they've travelled down here from Bryce Norton. They've been about an hour aboard that aircraft. So where's Paul? Oh, he's just talking to them actually at the moment, and he's just told them exactly what the wind strength and everything is on the ground. But Paul, can you tell me what height are we jumping from today? We're jumping from 4,000 feet today. We can't go any higher because we're held back by Plymouth Airport. So we're 4,000 feet, which is quite a good height. So you get a little bit of free fall. So they'll jump out, go into free fall at 120 miles an hour, before pulling their parachutes. Now, when did it all begin? Where is he? Running in for a live drop. So looking for the aircraft at the moment. Can anybody see the aircraft? I can't hear you. Points where it is. Well, that way. Is it up there? No? Oh, I see, yeah. Okay. Right, now imagine, ladies and gentlemen, they're running in for a live drop. Now, how do you get 8 parachutists out of a small door all at the same time? Well, you can't. So what we've got to do is get at least 3 of them out onto a step, and they'll be walking along the outside of the aircraft, holding on for dear life because they all want to fall together. So any moment now, if you've got some binoculars, look up and you'll see them clinging to the outside of the aircraft. Next time you go on holiday, imagine getting on your aircraft at Gatwick, going up to 4,000 feet, you getting out, walking along a ledge and looking at all the passengers all back inside the aircraft. That's exactly what they're doing to their colleagues. So they're now out of the aircraft, holding on for dear life, and then running on. They'll be running about 500 to 600 yards further on than the drop zone, so they're right overhead at the moment. You'll see a small puff of smoke coming away from the aircraft. It'll look like it's on fire, but I'll assure you it isn't. What they've done is they've pulled some smokes on their ankles, and any time then they'll be leaving the aircraft and into free fall at 120 miles an hour. So there's the smoke. So any moment now, they're going to leave the aircraft. And I will got my little radio here, and you've got the team coach will be talking. The next thing you'll hear, once they're under canopy, is the team coach talking to the team. And he will be the very bottom man with the white smoke. So any moment now, you'll hear him shout, and they will leave the aircraft. So any moment, just getting in, just making a few adjustments. And they're out of the aircraft, into free fall at 120 miles an hour, straight down, all looking at each other, all looking at the team coach who pulls his parachute first. Now this is Terry Marshman, the team coach, Flight Sergeant Terry Marshman, with the white smoke, and he's talking to the team.
Now, turning left, 90 degrees, turning left, now, coming out my turn.
Look at that stack, ladies and gentlemen, isn't that absolutely marvellous? And the wind up there is blowing about 35 knots, very hard indeed, to keep one on top of each other. Right at the very top of the stack are the first years, their first year with the team. Halfway down are the second years, and the very bottom are the third years. Now, right at the very top, the hardest position of all, are all of our new members, our 3 new members of the team. So it is really a steep learning curve for them. So back over to Terry.
Coming out my turn. Now, now's your chance to rise her. Next turn will be slightly quicker. Turning left, 180.
So all the team have got radios, and they're hearing what the team coach is saying. So turning now, so they all turn together.
There's 90. Coming out my
Again, look at that stack. Isn't that marvellous? You know, this is why they're regarded as the best parachute team in the world.
180.
And they're British.
Turning right. Now, try and keep it nice and steady. 90. Coming out my turn. Now.
Flight Sergeant Terry Marshman is from South Wales. It's second tour of duty with the team. He was on the team from 2006 to 2009 and now returned to us as the team coach. So ladies and gentlemen, they can hear you. So let's put your hands together. Let's give them an absolutely marvellous welcome here at the Royal Cornwall Show.
1 2 1 2, hello.
Hello, hello.
This from 4,000 feet up, landing precisely here in this small arena.
Coming back across
But
the
remember,
wind line.
they are training as advanced parachute instructors.
Now.
So come on, let's keep this applause going. Right to the top man till he lands. Absolutely marvellous, isn't it? The precision they have. And of course, this demonstrates the excellence and the professionalism of the Royal Air Force, its personnel and equipment. Come on, that was wonderful, wasn't it? Absolutely. And this is the first of 3 jumps that we're going to do here at the Royal Cornwall Show. Are you wondering now whether any of them landed? No. We'll soon know about it. So what they're doing now is they're making sure, taking off their parachutes, they're making sure they're all stowed away so that the wind doesn't pick up and their parachute disappears over the road. And then they'll be running forward to...
Jay's trying to get someone to speak to. I've just turned it up a little bit, but it'll probably take a while for it to. Oh, Jay's got someone to talk to. So someone's going to be talking to him. Turn my microphone on. Okay. And your song, we're here. We're here. You're Elspeth. Right. You'll have to introduce yourself. And then we'll speak to Steve. Thanks. You stay there for a minute, and I'll. Hey, Steve, we got someone we're going to talk to. On the line, yeah. Hello. So, do you want to start, Joe? Hello from Fistral Beach. We've been here all day having quite a busy time really setting up our live stream test, and I've got two wonderful ladies here who've just been in surfing, and I'm going to ask them how they got on today, how it's been and how cold they are. Elspeth, would you both care to join us just for a quick chat? Just come in here. Now I'm afraid you've got to bellow into the mic because the wind, we've got the wrong equipment really. Okay. So how was the water?
Lovely, absolutely lovely. It was quite warm. It was the wind outside that's chilly, but the water itself was lovely.
Doesn't look very warm to me. My wife will be interested to hear that. How about you?
The waves were glorious, but we got well wet and well drenched, but it was good fun.
Yeah.
I get the impression that you're regulars here, you're locals, and you go in virtually every day, may I guess?
No, once a week if we're lucky.
Yeah.
We do lots of other things, but yeah, once a week if we're lucky.
Yeah.
It's one of the best sports out, definitely, and it doesn't matter what age you are, because I'm really ancient. And so you can, well, I started as a child, and I'm still doing it, and it's brilliant.
Last word, Elspeth? Thank you.
Yes, it's marvellous.
We
Come and have a go, yes.
Come and
have a go. Look at us, we're oldies.
Well, thank you very much indeed. That's great fun. A lot more interesting than just seeing me with my hair sticking out talking to the camera. Thanks so much. Well, as you can see, two very nice ladies gave us the benefit of their time. Now, I have no idea what the technical quality is. I should think the sound is pretty awful. You have to forgive us for that. We didn't have a great deal of choice. We weren't planning on doing anything live today, and this is an unsuitable microphone for a windy day like this. We'd normally have had one of our rifle mics, the old familiar fluffy dog. So I hope this is coming over to you all right. We've paid not a fortune exactly, but we certainly paid a bit of money to do our satellite uplink, our EuropaSat two-way news spotter uplink. We've just got 15 minutes. What a shame, there's only 5 of those 15. So I don't know if we can see any other victims, but we've had an interesting day here. And we're just on the phone to our excellent colleague, Steve. And he's got a message. Has he heard anything yet? Have you seen any of the interview yet?
Not quite. We're just waiting from our.
Have you seen the interview?
With our two ladies.
Have you seen the ladies come on yet?
Elspeth and Jan. We're just speaking with our editor, who's trying to.
Is it too dark at the minute? Is it? It's just because of the sun.
Yeah, well, I can move around a bit, but you don't really need me now. I'll move out of shot, and we'll see some lovely bits and pieces happening on the beach.
Yeah. Hang on. I'm coming in a minute. I'll come out here. All right. right. Do you want me to go over here?
Maybe, yeah.
Well, hello again. We're having a bit of a problem with the... Hello again. We're having a bit of a problem with the light coming from the wrong direction. We were trying to get Newquay moved round so that the sun is a bit more suitable, but we decided to pan the camera round instead. It was quicker. So we've had a very good day here. We've got another sort of 3 minutes, no, actually we've got 6 minutes left of airtime through our two-way news spotter satellite system. And it was looking good at our end, so when we get back later we'll have a look and see if it looks good your end. Meanwhile, this is 100% live from Fistral Beach, Newquay, Cornwall. And a little bit of sun just to finish off. We'll pan round, well, not the car park, we'll pan round again. The beautiful sight here. And that's a goodbye from me. Bye. One in front of the camera, one behind it.